Right guys, welcome to another video. So first off, I just want to say thank you for coming back. Also, make sure you hit that bell icon as well to be notified when I do upload. I'm trying to upload every Monday and Thursday as a minimum, so twice a week for you guys. Other bits will be put in between when obviously I start working on the Fiesta. That will also go up as well, so that's going to be obviously filled in somewhere in between. I'm not sure where, but yeah, do let me know if you're liking this content, like, comment and all that sort of stuff, and make sure you subscribe. So what we're going to do straight away now is this is a common fault on the 350 and it's the window regulator. So I'm going to switch to the other camera and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So the driver's side is fine, however the passenger side isn't, so I'm going to show you exactly what the door should do. The window itself doesn't actually go down at all, however when you open, the window drops, as you can see there, look. Right, so if I go around to the passenger side now, this is where you have to be very, very careful when you're closing this door, because you can see it doesn't drop, but also it catches slightly on the top, as you can hear it, because it's not obviously dropping. The window itself doesn't go down, so I've gone and bought a new motor and regulator right here, £24, so it's not really that expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start fitting this for you guys' entertainment and for my sanity. So I'm going to go ahead and start removing this door. I'm not sure how it comes off, so I'm going to figure it out as we go along. Right, so from actually looking at this, from what I can see, we're going to have to remove this. This is pretty much similar to the VXR. Similar on all cars, they like to hide bolts underneath stuff like this. So once that's lifted up, disconnect your cables right here. You just push this button in and pull it straight up. Quite simple so far. I can see one bolt here, and it looks like there's another one down there somewhere, but I can't quite see. So we'll figure that out once we get this off. Right, so I found an easier option to getting this off actually. There is just 4 clips here that you just literally need to lift up. You can see them here, and it literally just pulls straight forward. I don't know why it took me so long to fucking figure that out, but there you go, there I did. So the other bit I've noticed here is there's a little bit here that we can remove, so I'm assuming we're going to have to remove that, and there's going to be a bolt or something behind it. But there's one bolt there, one bolt there, and to be honest, I think that is going to be the whole bolts just for this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off and then see what's what. Well, I was going to start doing that, but then I got interrupted by a delivery. I love deliveries, love car parts. You guys will have to wait to see what's in there. You can see a bolt. Ignore that, it's not that, it's right at the back over there. You can just see it. There you go, you can see it better now. So that's them 3 bolts. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and undo them. This one, I'm going to wedge something behind it because I don't want the actual thing to drop. So I'm going to wedge that behind to keep it open a little bit, and then that gives me access inside there. So just make sure you don't drop your screw for this one. So that bolt's out, them bolts are out. Now I have a feeling that there's going to be something behind this, just because that's what car companies are like. So I'm going to remove that and just double check. Bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and remove them now. So it would look like them bolts are T30 and it's slowly coming off. Bottom one, I've got a 10mm socket for some reason. They've got 2 different, so right, so door card's off. You've got all this little bits in here for the actual handle to work. You lift this white plastic bit up, obviously take note where this goes underneath this and over this, so then that should just let you pull it out like so. Same with this top one, pull the plastic out and pull it up. Now your door card's disconnected. We need to get behind this metal plate, so we've got 10mm screws, bolts, sorry, 1, 2, 3, I think we've got to take these off as well, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these bolts off. I believe the regulator's sat there with the looks of this, and then I'll get back to you when I've took all this off. Right guys, so I've gone ahead and removed all the bolts. I've basically removed every single bolt on this plate that we need to take off. You've got a 12mm bolt here and a 12mm bolt here, which are completely different. They are just there. Also this one's been taken out. This one I've left in because I'm pretty sure it's holding the regulator on. I can push there. I think it's a window regulator. I could be wrong. Like I said, I've never worked on one of these cars. I just know it's got to be in here somewhere. So that should be plenty enough now to be able to pull this panel away. So just get your hands underneath and give it a good pull. So guys, right there is a window regulator. Obviously this is a new one that we're going to replace it with. So with the looks of this, I'm going to try and figure out how it comes off. Obviously I need to unplug this side as well, which is just literally a straight pull. Well, push your caps in and then pull. You have the door control still attached to this, so I don't want to take all that stuff off because it's unnecessary. So I'm literally just going to unplug this from this side, just so I can bring this metal sheet this side instead. So looking at this, other side, we've got 3 bolts holding it onto this plate. So what I'm going to do is remove them 3 bolts. That should release the regulator for us. I just have to quickly run inside and actually recharge my phone because my battery ran dead. So this literally, after you've unscrewed them screws, literally pulls straight off. Very, very simple. If you do need to move this around, you can use something to put inside, even an extension. That's not earwax. That is actually disgusting. That is actually grease. So what I'm going to do now is put the new regulator in. Once that's pushed in the exact same way it should be, there you go. Just lift you guys up a little bit. So there you go. Reverse the process. Put your screws back in the other side. Put everything back together. I don't really need to show you that. I have figured out as well that you can take this whole thing off with the regulator just by removing these little caps and undoing these bolts, but you can only do that because they line up when the window's actually down, but obviously my window's stuck up, so I can't really do that. So what I'm going to do now, like I said, reverse this process and go ahead and put everything back together, and then I'm going to show you the final result, and hopefully this has fixed our issue. So this is just a little tip for you guys. If you have had to do it the same as me and you can't obviously get your window down, if you can't get this bolt through this angle here, grab your glass at the top and just lift it up, and then use a bit of initiative or a little flathead on that bit just to pull it straight through. Once that's lined up, you can just tighten all your bolts back up. Right guys, so once that's all done, do make sure you push this through here, because if you don't and you just tighten all them bolts, rip. So basically now, this is what I was talking about earlier. If the window's down, these bolts line up in here, so you can actually just undo. There's one also behind here. For some reason they're not very well covered, but if obviously they all line up, you can just undo that and the whole thing comes off with the window as well. Make sure you're plugging this back into here as well, and then basically now it's just putting your door card back on. I'm not going to show you how to do that. It's very simple, very straightforward. You've already seen that at the beginning of this video. Oh, I'm excited. So it's all back on. This is either going to make or break. Either going to hear a grown man cry, or it's going to be happiness. So you can't really test this when the door thing's off, because you have to obviously get all your bolts in for it to be connected to your regulator. So you can't really test it when everything's off. I mean, you can test it when this is off, but that's not really much to take off. So let's see. Right, here we go. Oh, she drops. Oh. I think we've done it, boys and girls. Let's go and check, just to make sure. Ignore the red, it was just a test. Let me know what you guys think of that. We don't want no wipers. Let's get them mirrors out. Oh, look how fancy. Right. And my window still doesn't go down. So after all that, it didn't work. I went back and went over everything again. I tried resetting the regulator. Now you reset the regulator, I've got the old one just here, this little black button right there, and you're supposed to obviously put the windows up and all that sort of stuff. However, the new one that I bought doesn't have that. So what I then tried to do is put the old one back on, switch the motors over to see if that would solve the issue. Still didn't solve the issue. So as it stands right now, the only thing I can try and do is find another regulator for a passenger side of somebody braking, a 350, see if I can get hold of one, see if that will fix my issue. So yeah, it's been eventful and it's been stressful, but at least I can actually close the passenger door now without the glass tapping, so that is one priority. So that's one thing as well that I don't have to worry about. Obviously somebody getting in the car, me forgetting to tell them and then pushing it, and then obviously the glass cracking, because that is not what we want. So yeah, all of you that has bought merch, obviously thank you guys. Hats and that, t-shirts and snapbacks and stickers, you're all obviously smashing them, so thank you for that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and thank you guys for coming back, and I appreciate your guys' support. We will get down to this problem, and we will do it together. So like, comment, subscribe, like I said, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.